Okay, we're rolling. Wow, it's cold out tonight. Yeah. Holy cow, this was an emotional movie. A very good one. A very good one. So I just got out of, seeing, Schindler's List. And this is actually a movie I've waited many years to finally see, by the way. Because, and I'm gonna put this, in the description. When I was little, well, not little, like 5th grade, I believe, my class had to read a book called Number the Stars. Now, it's been many years since I read that book, and Lord knows if I remember what happens in it. But I do remember, we're gonna go off here. I do remember my mother walking in as I'm reading this book. And, she decided to read it too because, why not? And she told me that there was a movie that came out that when I'm old enough to be able to watch it, because Schindler's List is an R-rated movie, obviously. That when I'm old enough to go see it, she'll, let me see it, whatever. Because, she wouldn't let me see it when I was younger because, there's nudity, violence, all sorts of stuff that a child should never see, lest they potentially get traumatized by it. And for a lot of years, I actually forgot the name of it. I don't think my mother actually told me what the name of this movie. She just mentioned that it was a movie that was, again, the kind of movie that a child shouldn't see unless they're, old enough. And now that I've finally seen it, I can tell you for a fact that if I actually seen it when I was 11, 12 years old, well, for starters, I probably would have walked out because it was black and white and I wouldn't have been interested at all. But the fact that I'm old enough now to see this movie, and the fact that, I've learned all about, World War II and the Holocaust and violence and how the world even works today, it really made a huge difference in terms of perspective. Because during that time, from when I was, in 5th, 6th grade up till now, I learned about that stuff. I had to. That's school curriculum right there. The point I'm trying to make is, now I know for a fact I have a greater appreciation, not just for the fact this movie was made, but the significance of it. For those of you who don't know, Schindler's List is the true story of how a Nazi by the name of Oskar Schindler actually saved over 1,000 plus Jewish people in Nazi Germany by having them work in his factories. And he had he was a very rich man, a very rich entrepreneur, and he was able to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to make sure that these Jewish people are safe, that they don't have to go to Auschwitz where they're going to be, tortured or whatever. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of violence and torture and all sorts of just awful stuff in this movie that, again, a child really shouldn't see. They go over the whole, how, the Nazis would, storm cities and execute or capture Jews to take them to the concentration camps. They would even, stalk the cities at night to see if there were any Jews hiding during the day, so when they came out at night, when they would think they were safe, they really weren't. And it gets into just the violence of the concentration camps and everything, and this is one of those movies where when you see it, you have a deeper appreciation for, Holocaust survivors, the people who fought in World War II, all that stuff. And if you're a World War II buff or a fan like I am, then I highly recommend you see this movie. Because, there is a reason why this movie won Best Picture. There is a reason why Steven Spielberg won Best Director for this movie. Oh yeah, Steven Spielberg directed this movie. And, for years Spielberg was known as more of a whimsical type, sort of light-hearted fare. And he directed some pretty heavy stuff too, but nothing got quite as heavy as this. And he earned getting that Oscar. He earned it. Like, this and Saving Private Ryan are easily two of Spielberg's best movies, and he deserved Oscars for both of them. By the way, if Saving Private Ryan ever gets into the big screen, I'm totally going to go see it. That's actually a movie that my mom and dad went to go see in the theater. So, yeah. By the way, if I sound funny, I'm like really cold right now. I have no idea what the temperature is outside, but yeah, it's freezing outside. But, yeah. And I should probably get back to talking. Actually, I shouldn't really say much else about the violence and everything because I don't want to gross anybody out. But, there is one thing that, for those of you who have seen this movie, then you know that it gets pretty heavy emotionally, especially toward the very end. And I want to say I didn't cry, but darn it if I didn't want to. Liam Neeson, holy cow. There's a reason why he got nominated for, Best Actor in this. He was really good. And his performance, particularly at the very end, is just, it's heartbreaking because it's the famous scene where he says, I could have gotten more out. And to be honest, I had actually heard that line in an episode of Scrubs, and I really had no idea what the movie was about. So, it sort of flew over my head. Now that I've seen this movie, I'm thinking, okay, I get it. You feel bad that you didn't get more people. I mean, he ended up saving over 1,000, Jewish people. And, to this day, those Jewish people that he saved, their children, their descendants, they're paying, they're going up to Schindler's grave and, giving him respects and everything. Or paying their respects, I should say. This is a very powerful movie. And I am thanking my lucky stars I finally got, not only did I get to see it, I got to see it on the big screen. Yeah, they're actually showing this movie for its 25th anniversary. So, that would have made me, I'm 28 years old right now, so I would have been 3 years old when it premiered. But, yes. Oh, and before I get to my final recommendation, holy cow, Ralph Fiennes is amazing. Now I know why he got to be Lord Voldemort. I knew him as Lord Voldemort before he played the bad guy in this movie. I'm like, okay, this guy makes Voldemort look like a wuss. Seriously, there's one scene where, he's basically the leader of this one concentration camp he's working at. And he's basically working as a sniper. And he sees someone that he doesn't like, bang, shoots him from a distance. Unbelievable. And, I don't know what else to say. I know that it's going to be playing throughout the rest of this weekend. So, if you are able to go see this movie, please do. Because this movie was made to be on the big screen. It was made to be seen on the big screen. So, again, if you have an opportunity to go see it, please do. Like, I don't think you're gonna get a better, like, here's the thing. I saw on the site that, like, the movie was supposed to start at 7, so I get there, like, you know, quarter of, so I can see if there are any previews or anything, if they're gonna have it. The movie started at 6:20, so I missed, like, the first half hour, 20 minutes. So, yeah, that bummed me out. But what I did see, I mean, I didn't really miss much, because this movie is long. Like, really long. Like, if I had actually seen, like, the first, 20, 30 minutes that I missed, this movie's 3 hours and 15 minutes. That would have made this the longest movie. This actually technically makes this the longest movie that I have seen on the big screen. The previous one being Wolf of Wall Street. Funny enough, that was also rated R. And also had scenes of nudity, but not in the bad, violent way that Schindler's List does. So, yeah. Final recommendation. Holy cow. If you have an opportunity to see this movie on the big screen this weekend, please go do it. Because there's a reason why this movie won Best Picture. There's a reason why Steven Spielberg is a directing juggernaut in show business. I really couldn't say... There really isn't anything more I could say that hasn't already been said about this movie. It's a good movie. Please go see this. And, again, if you're a World War II buff, go see it. If you are interested in, how Holocaust procedures worked or whatever, just go see it. This is a good movie. I can't really say anything more that hasn't already been said. And I probably could say more, except I'm really freezing right now and I really gotta get home. So, yeah, like, favorite, turn hit the subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me in the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You're going to be, hanging out at. I'm very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy, especially since I finally got to see this movie. So, hey Mom, I finally got to see the movie that you told me not to see when I was little. And, excuse me, I hope that we all had a wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys don't want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care. And if you're wondering why I'm not wearing the Santa hat, it's because I'm a moron and I did not think to do that. Take care, everybody.